Hi everyone, welcome to this video on operational amplifiers. In this video, we are going to discuss about adder circuits using operational amplifiers. So previously in the analog era of computation, we were depending a lot on operational amplifiers for solving differential equations and other mathematical expressions. It is the reason why we are calling it as operational amplifiers to perform some mathematical operations. So we are going to see three configurations of operational amplifier where you can add numbers. So the numbers will be given as voltages to the input of the operational amplifier, and you'll get the added sum at the output. So this is what we are going to do. So there are three configurations: the inverting configuration of adding, the non-inverting configuration of adding, and the differential configuration for adding voltages. So let us see it. Now this is an adder in inverting configuration. You can identify easily because the inputs are given to the inverting terminal. The feedback resistance is there. The inputs are one is a DC signal, the other one is an AC signal. It's not a matter because you are just adding two voltages. So whether it be AC or DC, it doesn't matter. You can put both as DC voltages, or you can put both as AC voltages, or either of any of them can be AC or DC. It doesn't really matter. So what it essentially does is it adds these two numbers V1 plus V2 at the output. There might be a sign change because of the fact that you are going to give it to the inverting input. So obviously there will be a sign change. And let us see the mathematical derivation to obtain the output voltage given these are the input voltages. And we are least bothered about the actual equation for the AC signal. Let's consider it as an AC signal, that's it. We will just take it as V1 and V2 and do the operations. And you have to understand that this point here is the summing point or the virtual ground or virtual short position, because it is the other terminal, that is the non-inverting terminal, is directly connected to the ground terminal, which means that this is also going to be at a potential which is equal to the ground potential, even though it is not directly connected to the ground potential by the action of the operational amplifier. Okay, this feedback is the main reason. We have seen that in the previous videos. So if you haven't seen, you can refer to the previous videos. Now I can apply the Kirchhoff's current law and write the equation as I1 plus I2. Those are the incoming currents, and minus IF. Which one is, this is the outgoing current, which is equal to 0. So I can take it to the other side. So it becomes I1 plus I2 equal to IF. Alright. I should write the currents in terms of voltages and resistances. So I1 will become V1 by R1 plus I2 is equal to V2 by R2, which is equal to IF. IF is minus VO by RF. Alright. So now what is VO? So VO can be written as VO is equal to, and suppose your R1 is equal to R2, then VO must be equal to, this can be represented as, now you can see that this is somewhat like a inverting amplifier. Okay, the thing is we have got the output as a function of sum of input voltages. The output is a function of V1 plus V2. Okay, so you have essentially added the output voltages. You can even simplify this and you can get VO equal to minus of V1 plus V2 if RF is equal to R. So when you put RF is equal to R, then it is just minus times V1 plus V2. Okay, so this configuration is called inverting configuration because there is a negative sign here, and you are giving it, that is because we are giving it the inverting input of the operational amplifier. So that is the story of adder in inverting configuration. Now we come to the next configuration, which is a non-inverting configuration adder, and here you can see that there are two voltage sources, and one is an AC signal, the other one is a DC signal. It doesn't matter whether it is AC or DC. I am just showing this AC signal and DC signal because just to remind you that any kind of voltages can be added like this. It doesn't matter whether it is AC or DC. In this case, you are giving the input voltages to the non-inverting terminal. Obviously, there will not be any inversion, that is, there will not be any negative signs at the output, VO. And in order to do this, we need to find out what the voltage at this point is, V1. What is the voltage at this point? That is the non-inverting terminal voltage. So that is represented as V1. We need to find out what V1 is, and to find out what V1 is, we need to do a Kirchhoff's voltage loop here. Okay, so this is VA, and this is R1, this is R2, and VB here. So we need to find a Kirchhoff's voltage loop here, and you can see that the current that is flowing to this and the current that is flowing here, they are the same because of the fact that no current is taken up by the operational amplifier. So nothing flows from this junction to this operational amplifier. Whatever current is flowing, it can flow from this to this, or it can flow from this to this. So this current will be equal to this current. So let us write that down. So I am saying that this current I1 must be equal to I2, or I can write this as IA, and this one is IB. Okay, so your IA must be equal to IB. Let us write what IA is. IA can be written as a function of the voltage VA and V1. So you can write this as VA minus V1 divided by resistance R1, which is equal to negative of, what is IB? IB can be written as VB minus V1 divided by R2. So I am just exchanging all this values. Okay, this is VB, and I am going to find out an equation for V1, an expression for V1. So just open this up, and when you open it up, you can see VA by R1 minus V1 by R1, which is equal to V1 by R2 minus VB by R2. So you can take the V1s to one side and the other things to the other side. So I am taking the V1 thing to one side. So it looks like this: R2 minus plus V1 R1, and the other side will be looking like VA by R1 plus VB by R2. Okay, I can take out the common factors. So this will be V1 to 1 plus R1 plus R2, and this one will be VA by R1 plus VB by R2. Alright, so now I can just do some mathematical operation simplifications, and I'll get R1 R2 R1 plus R2 here in the brackets. So it is VA by R1 plus VB by R2. Yeah, I can take it to the other side. So V1 will be equal to, like this, and we get V1 is equal to VA R1 plus VB R1, okay, VA R2 plus VB R1 divided by R1 plus R2. Alright, now you can have a simplification like this. Suppose your R1 is equal to R2, which is equal to R. Then what happens is V1 will be equal to, and that is going to be, you can take out R and you can get R by 2R VA plus VB, and that is V1 will be equal to half VA plus VB. Now here you can see that your V1, that is the voltage at the non-inverting terminal, is half of VA plus VB. That is the average of the voltages at this point and this point. So that is obtained by putting R1 and R2 the same. Okay. So you put R1 equal to R2 equal to R, then you get an equation like this for V1. And now you can apply the conditions for a non-inverting amplifier's output. That is, the output voltage must be equal to the input voltage V1 times 1 plus RF by R. So that is the gain equation. So your output voltage VO is equal to input voltage V1 times the gain. Okay. So what is your input voltage V1? You can substitute from the previous equation, that is half of VA plus VB. So half of VA plus VB times A. What is gain A? Gain A is, in the case of non-inverting amplifier, that is 1 plus this resistance RF divided by R, 1 plus RF by R. So that is what I am writing. It is 1 plus RF by R. So you can make an adder from this equation. So how can you make an adder from this equation? Just by making this 1 plus RF by R equal to 2. Okay, so if you put 1 plus RF by R equal to 2, then if you design the RF and R in such a way that 1 plus RF by R is equal to this denominator here, that is 2, then it will be working like a adder in non-inverting configuration. So let us assume RF equal to R, so that will give you an output voltage VO equal to half into 1 plus 1 times VA plus VB, and this will give you an output voltage equal to VA plus VB. So there is no negative sign here, and that is because it is not a inverting configuration. So this is the essence of adder in non-inverting configuration. Now this is the last part of our discussion, and it is about the differential configuration of adder circuit. So here you have a differential amplifier configuration for the adder, and here you have 4 inputs, VA, VB, VC and VD. What we are going to do is that we need to find out the individual effects of VA, VB, VC and VD, keeping the others as grounded. So if we get the individual configurations, individual effects on the output voltage, then we can superimpose using superposition principle and get the effective output voltage due to all the sources together. So what we are going to do is we are going to find out the effect of VA on the output. So we are going to find out the effect of VA. All right. So in order to find out the effect of VA, we need to do one thing. We need to ground the other voltage sources. So I am going to ground VB, I am going to ground VC, and similarly I am going to ground VD also. Okay, that's it. So we have grounded the other 3 voltage sources, and we are going to find out what VA is going to do. So here what we need to understand is that this path is connected to ground and this resistance is also connected to ground. So from this point, when you view these 2 resistances, they are parallel to each other. So you can consider these 2 resistances together as a single resistance of value R by 2, because both are R. So these 2 resistances are parallel to each other. Okay, and in order to find out the effect of VA, we need to find out what is V1. So V1 is the voltage at the junction here. So this is the junction, and any current that is flowing from VA, obviously there is only current that is going to flow from VA, because there are no voltage source here. So there are no voltage source here or here. So any current that is flowing should go to the ground through this, and effectively through R by 2 resistance that we hypothetically say as the effective of the two resistances. So I can write the equations for that, and I can consider the voltage at this point as V1 equal to the voltage applied at this point, the input VA, divided by the total resistance. One resistance is this resistance R. The second resistance is the effective resistance of this resistance and this resistance. That is R into R by R plus R, that is R by 2. So this effective resistance is going to be the second resistance in this case. So I am going to write this as R plus R by 2 times the resistance, effective resistance here, R by 2. So what it does is that this ratio is the current that is flowing from this to the ground through these resistances, and this multiplication with R by 2, that is the effective resistance here, will give me the voltage drop at this point due to this current flowing through the two resistances. Okay, so I can just arrange these two things like this. VA divided by, this is going to be 2R plus R, that is 3R times 2, and R by 2 here, and this 2 and this 2 will get cancelled out, and this R and R will get cancelled out. So it is effectively like VA by 3. Okay, and now we can find the output voltage VO. Okay, so how can I find VO? So when I consider this VA, then this is a non-inverting configuration. All these resistances are grounded. Like our previous argument, we can consider these resistances R and R as parallel resistances. Like from here, from this junction, you can view these two resistances as parallel, and you can combine it together to a single resistance that is going to the ground. So that resistance can be having a value of R by 2. So for a non-inverting case, your output voltage is given by input voltage at this point, non-inverting terminal point, times 1 plus this resistance by this resistance, that is 1 plus RF by R. So here RF is equal to R, and this is R by 2. So I am going to write it down. So your output voltage is equal to V1, the voltage at the non-inverting terminal, times 1 plus RF by R, where RF is R itself, and R in this case is R by 2. That is just because of the parallel combination here at VC and VD, the parallel combination. So I can just simplify this thing, and it will be looking like our V1 is, maybe I can substitute for V1 as VA by 3 from the previous simplification, times this is like R and R will get cancelled and it becomes 3. Okay, so this is just VA. The contribution of the VA source to the output voltage is just VA. So you get your output as equal to VA. So I can write this VOA, the contribution from A. In a similar argument, we can say that the effect of VB is going to be, that is VOB is going to be VB. Now let us consider the effect of VC. So the effect of VC is like this by grounding VD. So what happens here is, this is at virtual ground because the voltage at this point V1 is at ground. So similarly V2 should be at ground. Then you can say that VC is subjected to an inverting amplification. So this is going to be an inverting amplification where the gain is minus RF by R. Here RF is R, and R is R itself, and this is a voltage which is equal to V1, where V1 is 0. So similarly, according to the virtual ground condition, this is also 0. So I can write this as effect of Vc is like your output VOC is equal to minus R by R times Vc. So that is your VOC is equal to minus Vc. By a similar argument, the effect of Vd will also be similar to that of Vc. So your VOD is equal to minus Vd. So the superposition of all these effects will be giving you the output voltage, which is equal to VOA plus VOB plus VOC plus VOD. Okay, and that is your output voltage is given by VA plus VB minus VC minus VD. So that's it, and that is about our differential amplifier configuration. These are very important in the case of analog computations, as we have seen, because addition and subtraction both are very important in analog computation schemas. So with this we stop at this, and we will see other operations that can be done, other mathematical operations that can be done using operational amplifiers in the next video. So thank you all.